Hey y'all, hey. Y'all, Ms.Lina can't sleep. I'm gonna be very transparent since I've been starting this talking and releasing the hurt and pain. I can't lie and say that, it hasn't been um not taking a toll on me. But y'all, I have to really get to the place to where I understand, like, no matter what I allowed, nor how long I allowed it to go on, um, it was a mistake. Yes, it lasted longer than I would have liked it. I wish I could have learned the mistake sooner, but sometimes God knows, not sometimes, all the time, God knows us better than we know ourselves. Um, I don't think it could have came at a better time where I was ready for my peace. I was tired of the hurt. I was tired of the pain. I was tired. And as dark and crazy as those times were, y'all, I kid you not, like I literally still wasn't ready. Looking back, knowing now, like I wasn't ready. I wasn't mature enough. What's that old saying? Don't nobody know when you done had enough but you. Realizing back then, I hadn't had enough, as crazy and toxic as it was. Uh, yeah, a lot of times we be like, how somebody staying that long and they seen this and they seen that? That's like asking a crackhead why they been on drugs 30 years. You know? Everybody has to come to their breaking point. Everyone has to get tired. Everyone has to make up in their mind like, I'm worth more, from whether it's a relationship, a drug addict, a person with an eating disorder, or one that just overeats. I mean, an addiction is an addiction. And I think we underestimate the power of addiction, or how what addiction is. Um, in those 7 years, he had become my addiction, I would say. I never forget, I told him one day, y'all, he was accusing me of cheating. Y'all, that man accused me of cheating all these years. Like the first 3, maybe 2 years was the worst. But he brought out this crazy side of me. And he would know that I would go off every time he would say something of the sort. I would just go off. I would spaz out on him, because it's like, dude, like, I've been nothing but faithful. Like, I've been nothing but good to you. Why do you constantly, how are you constantly so comfortable by accusing me of cheating? Like, what's the deal? I'll never forget, I had told him, I said, I hate that I've been more faithful to you than I've been to God. Like, and no addiction is good for you. So whether it's someone that's not good for you, or something that's not good for you. But I guess that old saying is true. Nobody know when they done had enough besides that person. And 2023, It was January the 19th. Um, I had already this the day that led up for him being asked to leave the home. So I had already told him we had moved into the new home a couple of days before Christmas 2022, the home I'm in now. And I had already told him, like, yeah, we're not celebrating the kids' birthdays. Like, literally, I had told him, like, everything they get this year, 2023, they have to earn it. Cause I had been noticing behaviors in my kids, like they wouldn't take me serious, wouldn't dare take him serious. But I had got to the point like, no, y'all so spoiled. Like y'all just don't understand how blessed y'all are. I had begun to see a very ungrateful side of my kids. And I know that's not, normally typically them. So I had said, yeah, we're not doing this. If they get something, they're going to earn it. Like, literally, they're going to deserve to get this. I had made it clear. Uh, it was my baby girl birthday coming up. Now keep in mind the whole time he was asking me, what we doing for B the birthday? What we doing? What we doing? What we woo 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 woo. And one day we was in Walmart. We was here at the new home at the time, and we were at Walmart. And I'm like, dude, if you put this much energy into your marriage as you doing trying to celebrate her birthday, we will be on the road. So he came in and on the 19th, and I never forget, he came up to the bedroom. He came upstairs. I was on the bed. He came upstairs. He was like, "Ooh, we going to the hotel Friday." And I remember getting so happy. I'm like, "Ooh, we are?" Y'all, I'm thinking one-on-one time. We in a new crib. He really want to do better. And so I got happy. I'm like, "Ooh, yeah, we are." And he was like, "You know what we going for or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, to spend time so we can spend time with each other. We going for her birthday." I said, "I thought I told you we were not celebrating the kids. Everything, a cake, a happy birthday is fine. These kids don't know what it is not to be celebrated. From Valentine's Day to Swedish Day, just because we got some extra money they don't know." And it was in that very moment I said to myself, it's not going to work. I told him, I said, you need to leave. I told him, I said, you need to leave. Of course, thing escalated. It got crazy. But he left. But do y'all know, out of all those years, that night was the first night I seen this man cry. I seen him express feelings towards me. And I still don't believe at the end that it was towards me. I more so believe that he was crying like, dang, we done moved here and I got to go back to my mama's house. But nevertheless, I seen him cry some tears. And a situation pertaining to me. Keep in mind, in the previous video, I told y'all we lost 2 kids. 2. And in a way, I kind of needed to see his tears, not to see him hurting, but to see that, like, I don't know. I thought at the time he realized, like, maybe, I thought he also might have thought, like, maybe he realized, like, man, I'm really finna lose my family. I don't know what I was expecting. I still don't know what the tears. Oh no, I'm lying. I do know what the tears was from. So another time he wound up coming back around, and I'm like, dang, them was the first time I ever seen you shed a tears for something pertaining to me or whatever. Yeah, that's because you was bogus, man. I just moved us up in this crib and everything, and you told me to go to my mama's house. So, buddy, you thought you was gonna keep me miserable, and I can understand why he thought it because I always took him back. But you thought I was gonna come into this new year, this new home, a new town. Y'all, literally, I think this will. I just thought that this was gonna be the perfect era in our marriage. I'm not gonna even lie. I thought that um we here, we wasn't far from his family, but I mean, yeah, it's still just us in this town. And I'm like, yeah, he gonna mature, he gonna grow up, y'all. Before I knew it, and I don't want. I mean, I don't think y'all understand the emphasis he was putting on celebrating her. And it began to dawn on me like, oh, so you do what you want to do. If you really wanted to change to make sure we work and we were happy, you would do it if you wanted to. That's not something you want to do. That was the hardest realization I had to come to that day. He don't want to do this for me. He don't want to do this for us. He don't want to do this for himself. He didn't want to. I done seen this man work jobs, hard jobs. I mean, he'll work. I told him, I said, you go over and beyond to make sure you keep money in your pocket and everything. I say, you will do everything, but when it comes to me personally, y'all, let me tell y'all, I promise y'all, I used to wonder, like, why we never go on dates? Or if we did go on a date, it always bring the kids. Bring the kids. They too hard-headed to be left home by themselves. They too hard-headed. So if they hard-headed inside the house, why do I want to be? I can't have a day, a couple of hours to just be kid free. These are big kids. Kids gonna be kids regardless. But he used to act like he was so concerned about these kids. That's why I said in that first video, you have to be careful when a man just act like they're so concerned about the kids and they just want to come in and rescue so they ain't fatherless. You have to be careful. And come to realize the whole time, I'm like, buddy, that's because that's who you relate to. You could communicate with these kids. You could talk to these kids. I can't sit up and talk to my kids. Yeah, if I sit up and talk to my kids all day, trust me, I'm bringing them up to adult level because they're my little diaries and I tell them everything. Y'all, it took me a couple of years to realize, like, I'm begging you for dates, and every time we do go on a date, it was still, you could hear a pin drop. Y'all, okay, so we were staying in Danville at the time. Y'all, we would drive over to Champaign. That's like a 45-minute ride. Do y'all know that car was silent? And at first, I used to be the one to, start the conversation so he could feel free and open up. And it had to dawn on me a couple of times, some years. Let me tell you when it hit me. I think we went to his grandmother's. I don't know how old she turned, but we went to her party. And how old did he got the prettiest grandma? She's so pretty. But how old? I don't want to. Was it 80? Y'all, I can't remember. I don't know. But it was one of those big milestone parties. They threw a nice party. And his cousin had asked me to come and take a picture of her daughter, and her mama. So I go out there in the hallway. Keep in mind, y'all, all his family. It's a lot of them. They in the hallway. They in the room they rented out. It was a nice time. I ain't gonna lie. We had a nice time. So I go out there in the hallway and take his cousin picture with her mom and her daughter. You know, this man said I went out there to talk and flirt and have sex with his uncle. That's the night it dawned on me. I said, wait a minute, you don't want to talk about life goals. You don't want to talk about nothing to help us grow and build. You don't want to talk about none of this. I said, but you could sit up here and constantly accuse me every time something come out your mouth is negative. And I know y'all as toxic as this sounding. Yup, Ms.Lina still wasn't ready to let go of that addiction. So I remember I told him that. I said, you don't want to take me on dates. Y'all used to beg this man for compliments. And he had the nerve to say that you got these people on YouTube giving you compliments and you harm them and you saying thank you. That's the proper thing to do. Because if you was doing what you was doing, you wouldn't think I would get big-headed because somebody told me you're beautiful. Y'all, my subscribers, I'm sure it's some male, but I know I communicate with my female subscribers more. I love talking to y'all. Y'all always giving me compliments. So to be honest, I don't know if every time somebody say I'm beautiful, if he going on their page or whatever, seeing if it's male or female, I don't know. Because I found that strange. I'm like, for him to say you accepting all these comments from these men on YouTube. I'm like, well, how you know if they men or female? I mean, because a lot of people don't have pictures, on their thing. And people names, that show you how slow he is. People names could be anything. If I don't, 9 times out of 10, if I don't have a profile pic on a picture on there, if a person don't have a picture on there, the name probably ain't even real. But he don't know nothing about the internet. This man, when I tell y'all I was his life, I was the one who taught him how to live. Literally, and I'm not being big-headed. I'm not, because we had 2 different lives. Life made me mature. Life made me have to grow. But you see where he at? He right back at his mama house. So that's enough being said right there. You know? But I remember it dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, you can't give me compliments. We can't go out on dates. But everything is, y'all, when I realized I made the right decision of asking him to leave. The day I asked him to leave, before he didn't even know, I had already put in for me a job. And I told my sister, I said, I can't do this. I said, but I don't want us struggling. I say, I don't like picking between the bills and a bag of chips. I want to get both. Like this was the conversation me and my triplet sister was having. She like, girl, go on and fill out for it. God got y'all. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. I hadn't even told the kids yet. I hadn't did nothing. And he told me, he said when he did find out I had a job, he said I slept with some man at Walmart. That's how I got the job. So I'm like, oh, I thank God. I thank God I asked him to leave. Let me tell y'all before I finish that part of the story. Y'all, I remember because I was still downstairs sleeping. I was still downstairs sleeping. I had to get comfortable in my home to come upstairs and be okay upstairs and feeling safe in my home, if that makes sense. Um, but that day I asked him to leave, y'all, when he left, when I tell y'all it was a spirit of peace, so peaceful in my home. I'll never forget, I told the kids. I said, y'all, I want to move everything upstairs and get in the bed now. I said, I want to go in the room. They said, you feel like doing that, Ma? I said, yeah, we good. Y'all, I've never not had a moment of sleep in my home. I've never not had a moment of sleep in my home. Y'all, I'm talking about peaceful sleeping. I'm not talking about no. I know I'm up now, y'all. It's probably almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I know I'm up now, but I know that's because all this stuff is, you know, but I know it's necessary. And if this is my free therapy to get it out and be okay, then that's what it is. But also I want to shed light on somebody that's in this. Zariah. Yes. Be quiet. Why is you talking in your sleep? I don't even know. I'm gonna just shut up. She said she don't even know. She gonna just shut up. This girl. So I want to shed light. She probably think I'm talking to her, huh? Well, let me hurry this video up. Like, why is she talking to her sleep? She probably think I'm talking to her, but she sleep, y'all. So that was funny. So I want to shed light on somebody that might be in this situation. I want y'all. I promise you don't know the relief. You don't know the joy that's going to come. But about the job, that man told me you slept with somebody at Walmart. That's how you got that job. And something else. Keep in mind, I don't work at Walmart. That's when I realized I made the right decision. I said, God, carry me, and I'm going on. So I had posted a picture or something, but my ID badge showed. And it was green at the top. And I did that for a reason. Because I knew he was going to see it. And I knew he would know that's not Walmart. Y'all, when he saw that badge, he said, where you work? He said 2 stores or something. I told him which one I work in. I'm sorry. I said, I said, sir, you've been sorry this all these years. I'm not. I don't. His sorry's supposed to mean something. Him, buddy's sorry for real. Y'all, but let me tell y'all, after we got up on Valentine's Day of this year, y'all already know it's Valentine's Day. It was what it was. You could be tricked. So let me tell y'all, the devil don't use nothing new. The devil brings what back to you in your life, or try to bring back to you in your life what you're familiar with. It's never nothing new. Never nothing new. We're more prone to reach out to something that we're familiar with before we reach into something that we have no clue about. That's just human nature. So Valentine's Day went, it was what it was. But like I said, we should have left it at the hotel. Gone about your life, I gone about mine. Y'all saw the video me and him made that the couple of days after Valentine's Day, but nevertheless, we did it. And he came back in here. I think he was roughly here for a month. Y'all, in that month, it was so hard for me to pray and ask God to just remove him, because I felt like if he didn't remove him, it would have been my fault anyway. That's how I know God know a man's heart, and he know a man's desire. And sometimes tears are silent prayers. And I knew that God knew. I couldn't even open my mouth and say, God, just please remove him, and I won't go back. I felt like I was so stupid for all of the healing that have taken place in my life. Do I have more to go? Absolutely. I haven't even been on this healing journey a complete year yet. But I remember I felt so stupid, y'all. I felt so stupid. And remember I told y'all in the previous video, he's a momentarily happy person. No, he makes me happy momentarily. Like, it never lasts. So, baby, when those moments of happiness was over with and reality was standing in my face, like, you could go back and potentially be living life like you was just living all these years. Y'all, I was so sad. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Y'all, I was so sad. I felt sad for me. I felt sad for my kids. I'm like, man, I messed up. Like, I messed up. I know God heard them prayers that was in my head and in my heart, but I was too ashamed to let them come from my mouth. Because I already knew God had delivered me from this before. But today, today, and your moment gonna come too. Anybody going through it, y'all moment gonna come too. Y'all moment gonna come too, in Jesus' name. But when God deliver you, don't go back. Y'all, I almost shed it a tear. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I thought everything I had just worked so hard for, and healing and learning to love me and just enjoying my babies, was snatched from me. Whew. I did. Oh, that even make me sad, y'all. That makes me sad. But y'all, I'm about to try to get some sleep, because my home girl gonna be here to get me in a couple of hours. I'm gonna hang with my home girl from work. That's my roadie. I love me some Kathy. But Yeah, y'all, remember the world needs your positivity. Make somebody smile. And have a good Friday, because it's Friday morning now, y'all. I probably need to go home and get up and take me a shower now, y'all. Then pray, that probably help me go to bed. I think that's what I'm finna do. But till next time, talk to y'all later.